Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to talk today about the case of the sadistic murder of Thembisile Yende. Okay? If my pronunciation was off, I apologize. She was an employee at South African Public Utilities Corporation called Eskom, and Eskom is mostly owned by the South African government, more publicly than privately owned. Well, her family believes she was murdered. And let me explain why, and I firmly believe she was murdered too. Okay? She's been missing for nearly 2 weeks. Okay? Body was discovered today. And when the family goes up to Eskom's headquarters, they had to wait at the gate for 30 minutes before some high-ranking officials or middle-ranking officials would see them. They left them waiting for 30 minutes. The family is very disturbed and unsatisfied with Eskom's response. And rightfully so. Because in this 2-week period, the substation where she worked in, which was a pretty isolated substation, the police had sent some canine units. Canine units are mostly drug dogs, but those sniff decomposing bodies as well. They sent some canine units out there to smell the area, but the canine dogs didn't find anything, at least supposedly. Then security guards searched the area. They didn't find anything. And right now, 10 security guards have refused to comment to the media. 10 Eskom security guards. That's gone on. They refused to comment to the media. Well, on May 31st, they found the body, but the body was in her office. Her head was wrapped in a plastic bag, and the door was locked. Okay, somebody had to go there to wrap that head in a plastic bag, then lock the door. Nobody would have a key to that substation except people who work at Eskom. Okay, and before she died, she told her mother that she was in fear for her life, and she sent a pretty heated email to the high-ranking officials at Eskom about her lack of career opportunities, and basically they sent threats back to her and made all kinds of threats on her. So she had been threatened, okay? They found her head wrapped in a plastic bag, okay? The door was locked. So for somebody to leave the office, they had to have had a key to lock the door after they left. Dead people do not wrap themselves in plastic bags. And all of this just does not compute. And, okay, Eskom is highly tied to the Jacob Zuma government. Anybody follows South African news or South African politics knows that. Okay, Eskom is highly tied in with the Jacob Zuma government. But let me tell you who else is highly tied in with the Jacob Zuma government. The deputy head of police, the deputy police minister, Bongani Mokongi. Okay? In my opinion, I'm not accusing Mokongi of anything. It is just very suspicious, though, that canine units were sent out there and did not find anything when Bongani Mokongi is the second highest police official in the country. And he's highly tied into the Zuma government. Okay? Know that because he was demanding that a sign that said Zuma must fall get tore down, and he wanted that sign tore down in the worst way. Did that on a previous video. And the lady who was murdered, Ms. Yende, she was also complaining about being abused at work and being mistreated at work. Details are sketchy with that, but she was complaining about being abused and being mistreated at work. Those complaints were pretty heavy. She complained to her family about it. We don't know the details of it, but we know that the complaints were frequent. Okay? So I firmly believe that high officials in Eskom had something to do with it, and I would not be surprised if the Zuma government had something to do with it, because this looks like a hit job. It looks like a hit job because she was going to complain, and I believe she was going to expose some things, because Eskom does not have the best history, particularly over the last few years. So that's my personal opinion on all this. And it's not that far different than the lady's family opinions. It's not that much different than her own family's opinions on the whole thing. So, anyways, hope everyone's doing well. Take care. God bless them. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.